How do you unlock... Hey, spoilers! I'm going to show you how to unlock the secret character in Vampire Survivors. How do you... Chat, what do you do to unlock the secret character in Vampire Survivors? Press start. Okay. And then X-X 1VIIQ. That's how you unlock the secret character in Vampire Survivors. See you next video. Whoa! Okay, so we got a freaking ghost now. Is that easy? Hold on, there's also streamer music now, apparently. Streamer safe music on. Great stuff. I was lucky that I didn't get... I think I had one content ID match on all of my library gameplay. Not yet discovered. Well. So I got a little lucky with that, but I think other people were not as lucky. Wow. So this ghost is actually pure ass, huh? This is just terrible. Can you shoot? We need garlic. It's the only way. Now you're all gonna pay. Yeah, you gotta get the green. Absolutely true. You gotta get that green. You know what? Give me both birds. Now we got 2 birds. Now we're crunching. We got 100% base luck. Good to know. Thank you. Good to know. You know what? Give me faster projectile speed. Yeah, he's a ghost and all that. You know how ghosts are. Anyway, so yeah, we don't need to dredge up the take about the hamburger buns. But I mean, I know this is an old, like, it's a boomer comedian bit. But there's definitely... I just wish that there were more 2-bun packages. I always seem to... There's always 4. There's always 8. Sometimes there's even like 12. They never seem to have 2-bun packages. I'm a big believer that as the West undergoes like its own population crunch, as people, you know, wait longer and longer to have children or choose not to have children, if they do choose to have children, having less than the generations that came before them, I think we're going to need a downsize in product size in grocery stores. I've been talking about it for years. We need to start doing half loaves of bread instead of full loaves of bread. Half heads of lettuce, stuff like that. Like, even more packaging. Well, I mean, like, isn't a 4-bun bag just the same amount of plastic, but it's merely 1 bag? So you think that the number is smaller and as a result it's not as bad for the environment? Any material scientists here? Few people are saying this. That's pretty true. Few people are saying this. Not many people are saying this. Or make every item in the grocery store like in a bin, that the same way you'd buy pretzel rods at the bulk barn. So if I wanted to just get 1 bun, I could just go to a bin of buns, use a scoop to scoop 2 buns into my package, and then I'm good to go. And then when I get to the self-checkout, to make sure I can phone my wife and be like, sorry, honey, I'm going to be late for dinner. I got to put on like an accountant's hat and get out one of those calculators that has like the paper that comes out of it. It's literally the bulk barn. Yeah, but we don't have the bulk barn in British Columbia, I think. I don't even know if they have the bulk barn in Ontario anymore. It seems like one of those businesses that COVID would probably like, like not be very copacetic with. Hey, you want to get all of your food from one communal bin that everybody opens up and, you know, breathes into? I can still go there. I'm not against the bulk barn. I think the bulk barn's kind of pog, because it's my exact grocery dream, Which is sometimes I don't want like a whole bag of potato chips, but I like a taste. So just go ahead and give me a taste of the... Give me like 3 pretzel rods, put it in a bag. I'm good to go. Just a wafer thin taste. You're probably right. I guess that's sort of the price you pay for getting all of your groceries in one place. Like I saw in chat, they were like, why don't you just go to a bakery? Well, that would be like inconvenient. Have to like drive to a bespoke bakery. There's not even any, like, I think Starbucks and grocery stores have killed like almost every bakery that isn't like, you know, themed around something. Like a lot of the bakeries in Vancouver are themed around being very expensive. It's an interesting theme. It appears to be working for them. Sometimes I go in and I'm like, you know, can I get a cheddar jalapeno scone? And they're like, sure, that'll be like $7.25. And I'm like, what? And then I eat it and I'm like, okay, this is really good. Oh, baby. Okay, we gotta get stuff to level 8 first. That should be our goal. Then you tip your top hat. So true. So true. What's the problem with making a ham sandwich on burger buns? Well, there's no... I mean, actually, there is a problem. The problem is that I'm not buying meat from the deli counter to make sandwiches. I'm trying to, you know, eat healthier foods for lunches. So, I'm like... My initial problem, for people that are not familiar, is I have a family of 3 and one of us is a baby. I want to buy 2 Beyond Burgers but get 2 buns. It's kind of hard to get 2 buns sometimes. Some of the grocery stores around here either don't have a bakery section where you can get individual buns, or they have one but then it's not staffed. And I'm not blaming anybody for that except the store itself, honestly. So what I end up doing is just not eating burgers and instead eating something healthier, which is probably actually the solution. But I'm already not buying like deli meat, cheese, mayonnaise, etc., etc. So I'm not gonna, like, just to use 2 buns, I'm not gonna buy deli meat so I can eat 2 sandwiches. Now we're getting into, like, it's just too much. A burger is supposed to be a convenient meal. I can freeze bread, but I shouldn't have to. You can freeze anything. Why don't they sell chicken breast? Don't sell a pack of 2 chicken breasts. Don't sell a pack of 1 chicken breast. Don't sell 1 steak in a pack. Don't sell 2 steaks. Should only sell everything in 64 packs. Then you can just put it in your freezer. Right? We shouldn't ever have the grocery store have to bend to the whims of the consumer at all. They should just come, honestly, just saran wrap the whole damn cow. I'll just put it in my freezer. I live on a palatial estate. It's a 4,000 square foot bungalow. I got so many freezers, I gotta get a Sharpie out. This one's for steak, this one's for buns, this one's for bananas, you know? I thought the customer was always right. I just want it. They don't even need to have fewer buns in the packages, although that would be nice for me. They could also just actually staff the sections of the grocery store that are supposed to have staff in them. You know, I'm paying this much for halibut. Surely there's got to be like a little runoff that you could use to offer a living wage to the people who work there. It's insanity. 64 stack, Minecraft style. So true, so true. By the way, Kate, thank you for the resub. Thank you for the resubscription. Everyone say get well soon, Kate. She got her booster. She did the right thing, societally speaking. And she's being punished for it. At least right now. But the rewards will come later. But that's the trick with the vaccine, right? You don't know if it actually... That would be so... They should, in the microchip, they should put a stat track in the vaccine so you can see how many COVID spike proteins you neutralized because of your vaccine. You could look at your arm and be like, what the fuck? That's like... It's like 750 million COVID particles I neutralized thanks to this thing. That would be crazy, man. Anyway, I will say, Kate, this is not like a... I'm not minding our personal life for humor, but last night, I was kind of feeling like I was like the CEO of Moderna. Like, I sort of felt like I was the bad guy because the vaccine gave you such heavy side effects. I kind of felt like it was like I'm the gung-ho, let's get the booster shot as soon as possible. You never know how long the pandemic's gonna last. Kate said, sure, that sounds good. And then I was like, you're probably not gonna get the symptoms that are that bad. And then she got symptoms that are really bad. And I'm like, ooh, this does not bode well for me. Rosary top right. All right, let's go check. True. See, Kate, were you listening to Rocket League? Mouth? He was trying to get me in trouble. He was trying to tell me that for dinner, I should buy Beyond Meat burgers, roll them into meatballs, and then make you a Beyond Meat meatball marinara sub. I'm telling you, it's like he doesn't know us. That doesn't sound bad. I would eat it, but it's like, I don't know. I think we're a little bit more dignified than that. If my wife wasn't looking, would I eat a sloppy meatball sub? Absolutely. If I'm cooking for her, I'm not going to give her a meatball marinara sub. It's just, I don't know. It's like I said during the Rocket League section, it's like I'm not married to Joey Tribbiani, right? But you will give her a hamburger? A hamburger, a lady can eat a hamburger in a dignified manner. She cuts it in half first. We don't make those super tall burgers. The marinara sub, I think, is like a recipe for some mess, which is fine. Implied sexism. I don't think it was implied. I think it was outright. I apologize for that. Oh, who's the sexist? I said a lady could eat a hamburger in a dignified way. You're saying a lady can't? I think ladies can do anything that they put their minds to. Who's canceled now? You're canceled, Chad. You're canceled. All right, hold on. Help. So true. Reversed. I pulled the Uno reverse card on you. I liked, this was like a few days ago now, for sure. Maybe like a week ago. But I did see a viral tweet that said, big burgers should be wider, not taller. And it had like 100,000 likes. I've been saying it for years. There's no sour grapes that like I didn't go viral for saying that. But it was instead just like maybe society's finally ready for this take that I've been parroting since like 2012. I don't want a burger that I have to unhinge my jaw to eat, or I have to like split it into like vertical strata in order to actually be able to consume it. I don't want to have to squish it down so like all the ingredients come like shooting out of the side. I don't really want like an insanely wide burger. Love those guys, by the way. I guess we need something to counter that. I don't want an insanely wide burger either, to be fair. I kind of just want like a normal burger. I want a normal burger. Once this, we're guaranteed when this weird buzzsaw from Big Trouble in Little China goes down, we're gonna get upgraded bird, and then we can start building the rest of our run. How about 2 normal-sized burgers? I'm not a 2-burger guy. Like, I could eat 2 burgers. I choose not to, out of respect for myself. 1 burger is enough. One burger with any side certainly constitutes a meal. Could I eat more? Yes. Instead, I say, no, 1 burger is fine. And then, about an hour later, I get a little peckish and I eat a couple of spoonfuls of peanut butter straight out of the jar. Okay, this is where it all comes together, right here. Triples? We know we're getting upgraded bird. That's a gimme. Super bird and bracer? 2 bracers? Yeah, garlic needs Kumarola, whatever the heck it's called. We need more weapons urgently. Urgently, I said. More urgent than this. I can't dodge these individuals, okay? You need to shoot way faster. We need a tome. We're dead. We're gonna die. Dude, what is up with this bird? Like, half of the shots miss? Is that, like, a prank? We need this. Very, very important. Start working your way back. 0.1 HP recovered per second. That should help. Thank you, thank you. Oh, there's a champion here. I can't make it through that. Dude, none of the shots hit. They're not, they don't actually do damage. Super Bird is very underwhelming. I'm realizing this. I gotta get back to that XP, man. Thank God I got an attract orb here. Sure, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me. That was big, that was big. More. I need it, I need it, I need the level. Thank you, thank you. Sure, why not? Raise the base area by 20%. The base area of shit you should be hitting but don't ever hit because you stink. I guess it comes out at level 1. That's part of its problem. This is going to be a bit of a slow burn. But next chest, we should get upgraded garlic, which is kind of pog. A little pog. Shoot, please. Thank you. I can't make it. Are you crazy? It looks like the line at Uncle Tetsu's Cheesecakes in Metro Town. You can't make that. All right, this character is actually tough. It's a tough character. I got a new idea, though, okay? I got a new idea. And my new idea is do the same thing, but this time take a whip or a knife. Uncle Tetsu's Cheesecakes, lol. That's not a made-up place, in case you're not from around here. It's a real place. Uncle Tetsu's Cheesecakes. It's a Japanese cheesecake chain. I'm sure it exists, you know, throughout the world, not just in Vancouver. It's very busy. I don't know if it's still like the new hotness, but certainly like 3 or 4 years ago, you were waiting in line for like a long time. But I've never, maybe I've had one of their cheesecakes once. They're like little single serving cheesecakes. But I've definitely had, I've had their Madeleines. Their Madeleines are pretty good. But like many of those restaurants where like the line is insane, once like the mass delusion stops, it's weird, right? Like the less people, at first you would think that because there's so many people in line, you'd be less incentivized to go there. But in its own weird way, it serves almost as an endorsement. Whoa, so many people are into this thing that I gotta check it out. Now when I see Uncle Tetsu's Cheesecake and there's like nobody lined up, or there's like 4 people lined up, I'm like, I don't want to go there. It's not popular. Yeah, there's some induced demand. So true. So many people have said this. I don't really understand wind. Nobody knows more about wind than me. Yes, I will upgrade the whip. What the? Oh, is this the NFT? I'm breathing fire. New fire toy. It is. Look at that. Crushed them. I will say, well, I won't say most. Many of the Vancouver restaurants that have lineups are worth it. Donbo, always, I mean, I haven't eaten in a Donbo in like 3 years, more or less. No, I think I remember it was one of the last restaurants we ate at in like March 2020, because I remember we sat next to some people that were talking amongst themselves, but I was kibitzing, and they're like, they were cruise ship workers, and they're like, yeah, I can't wait for this to blow over. It hadn't even freaking started yet, and they were like, oh, it should, you know, maybe in like a month it'll like be fine. Anyway, you know, back before the back before we knew the pandemic had started. But anyway, Dombo, worth waiting for. Saku, worth waiting for. Saku is a tonkatsu place that has a few locations around Vancouver. I would even say, like, a lot of ramen places get a lineup in Vancouver. I would say Santoka's worth waiting for, as long as you're not waiting a long time. You ever been to Miku? I have been to Miku. You don't have to wait to go into Miku. Maybe wait for your paycheck to hit your bank account. It's quite expensive. But it is also very good. It is also, many people are saying it's very good. Marutama, not worth waiting for. I'm not trying to knock it at all, but I think I'm allergic to something in the Marutama broth. Both times I ate there, and the ramen was fantastic, by the way. That's my review. Both times I ate at Marutama, like 30 minutes later, I had to have a violent bowel movement. It was before we owned a car. So one of those times I was on the bus and I was like, we gotta stop. And then I just got the Safeway bathroom code and like destroyed their toilet. It's not my fault though. The restaurant, that's just Adobe Creative Cloud. Don't worry about that. Something about like one ingredient that they have in the ramen disagrees with my stomach. I don't know what the ingredient is, but I'm not trying to torpedo a local business. Again, the ramen was fantastic. Nobody else that I've ever dined with at Marutama had the same gastrointestinal distress. It's a me thing. It's a me thing. It was distressing. I was distressed by how much I had to poop. Anyway, that's all I got. I don't even know what other places have a big lineup in this city. In this modern day and age. Jam. Yeah, I don't get out for brunch that much ever since I started waking up before the sun. So all the brunch places, I just don't know, honestly. I don't have that kind of insight anymore. Cheesecake, etc. I don't know. I realize this is a bad question to ask. I don't really like go outside that much. I eat at like the same places all the time. Anytime I could go eat at like a popular restaurant, I'm like, Subway's right there, and I've still got like 42 Canadian dollars left on my gift certificates that my parents gave me for my 33rd birthday. COVID really put a damper on going to visit, like, cool new restaurants. Am I correct? Candelabrador works with the cross. Is this correct? No, it's the axe. All right. Well, then we'll take one of these. Cross is clover. Ew! Maybe one day. What's Spellbinder's King Bible? I remember that. You ever had a Dave's hot chicken sandwich? Is this like if I say no, like you shove me into a car or something like that? Like this is just a scary question. I'll take it. If somebody asked me on the street if I knew where Dave's hot chicken sandwiches were, I would not answer. I would probably take out my phone and start filming them. Because it just... I bet it is a restaurant, but I'm not willing to take that chance. It's named somewhat threateningly. You know what's annoying? And like, look, this is not as bad for me as it is for the other person in question. I'm making them up right now, but in this bit. But like, you ever... It'll be like semi-late at night, or maybe it's just winter time, so the sun's down at like 5. And then you're walking, and you have like a naturally fast walking pace. And then there'll be like a lady walking in front of you, and you're like catching her. You don't want to catch her, that's just the natural speed at which you walk. But she keeps like looking over her shoulder to be like, oh no, he's getting closer. Why is he walking like a weirdo? He's walking like a psycho. So then you cross the street to go to the other side, even if you need to be on that side. But then she crosses the street to like try to, in my head at least, I'm like to try to get away from you. But maybe, you know, she's just trying to go to the grocery store. I really feel like the stroller has helped me out a lot. I used to experience that, I don't know, now and then. Nowadays with the stroller, I feel like it's like a cheat code for people smiling at you in public, which can have pluses or have minuses. But like, when you have a stroller, people, they just seem to, they beam towards you. Whereas before, maybe it's because I'm bald, or maybe they recognize me, and thus they're like, don't mess with that guy. He'll complain about you in an Isaac episode. But they're like, you know, they used to kind of grimace. Or at least, you know, look over their shoulder as if I was going to steal their purse or something like that. Now they're like, he can't commit crimes. He's got a baby. I am not a crime committer. But if I were, it would be a great time to start, honestly. The stroller is like, it tricks people into thinking you're totally... You could just have like a bunch of cans in there, like that one stroller in Speed. What if they think you kidnapped the baby? Nah, man. There's no way. We look the same. Like, not exactly the same. Thankfully, she takes after my wife a little bit. But like, whenever I look at my baby, I'm like, maybe this is like a genetic thing. Not like... maybe it's an evolutionary psychology thing, but I'm like, this is me as a child. You get the same reaction when the cats are in the spaceman backpacks? No, actually, that annoys me. I do it anyway, because, you know, they're my cats and I love them. But if I'm walking them to a vet, or like, you know, if I'm picking them up from like, you know, their grooming appointment or whatever, and I've got like one cat in the spaceman backpack on my front and then one on my back, you attract a staggering amount of looks, and it's honestly kind of annoying. I'm like, what? Oh, so it's crazy. Dogs? You don't even understand the whole world is like made for dogs. You could see a dog in a stroller, people would be like, it's just whatever, it's just a dog, why are you being weird? If you ever see a cat like outside the confines of his own home in the city, people are like, whoa, a cat? It's okay, it's not dogs only. You can go walking around with all sorts of animals. I mean, you see dogs, you see cats on occasion. I'm sure if you owned like a, you know, a ferret or something like that, you could walk around with a ferret. Who cares? People act like having a cat outside is like a personality quirk. It's not. We just need to get them groomed because they shed so much that it, you know, makes us sneeze and have like dry throat and stuff like that. I mean, if I saw an emu, I would be like, whoa, an emu, crazy. I'm just gonna die if that's cool with you guys. I think that this character is not very good. I'm not saying I'm doing everything in my power, but